Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my performance review of the Under Armour Flow FUTR X 2. And this shoe is going for 120 bucks, so it's a lot cheaper than the Curry 9, which is going for 160 bucks, $40 cheaper. And they're using the Flow outsole and midsole, pretty much the exact same, kind of setup, but it is of course a different upper, but then like, it's not that much different, you know what I mean? The quality is pretty crappy, but it's not like, I don't think it's a $40 price difference, right? But anyways, if you guys do want to call, I'll try to leave an affiliate link in the description box. This colorway is available, and also a really dope white, black, and gold colorway is available as well. I don't know what it is with companies and having their first colorway like be not so dope, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like the first, like for me, I've been getting screwed over because every single colorway that's been coming out, like the first colorways haven't been that good, and then the colorways after have been always amazing. I'm just salty because I wanted that colorway, like the black, white, and gold one. But anyways, let's get it started off with the Tracciones, and yes, it's the Flow outsole, so it's freaking amazing. If you're playing on a clean court, you're gonna be stopping on not a dime, you're gonna be stopping on a pin, like a pin. That's how hard the stop is. It stops so damn hard that it hurts my feet, it hurts my ankles, it hurts my knees, and yeah. You're gonna be good to go if you're playing on a clean court. If you're playing on a dusty court, however, honestly for me, I haven't had any huge issues, like very slight and easy wipe and I'm good to go. But I've had some reports on like some people saying that it wasn't very good on a dusty court. So I guess like the finishes on our wood floors, like the gyms that we play at, might be different. I don't know. But for me, in my experience, it's been pretty good on a dusty setting. Also, if you're playing on an outdoor court, you should be okay. I mean, I did play with the Curry 8s on an outdoor court during the pandemic, and it did hold up pretty well. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but also it's not an amazing option, right? So yeah, the Flow outsole, I mean, not very surprising. It's absolutely amazing. What do you guys think though? Like, Under Armour is giving us the same exact thing, and I guess you can argue both ways. If it ain't broke, don't change it. But also, we're getting the same exact thing every single year. It's been like 3 years, 4 years maybe. Wait, Curry 8, like 3. It's been like 3 years, There were 3 models. And what do you guys think? Is it getting old? Do you guys want something different? I mean, if you think about it, every shoe has rubber, right? But what makes it unique is the shape of the outsole, you know what I mean? And also like the outsole pattern, which they haven't really been changing. I guess the Flow FUTR X 2, this shoe has this part, right, which is a little bit different than all the other models, but it's not that much different, you know what I mean? But anyways, also as you guys can see here in the middle of the outsole, we can see there is a midfoot shank plate. It says Under Armour on it as well. All right, moving on to the heel to toe transition. Overall, it's very, very smooth, right? So here in the heel, we have a nice rounded shape. So you got a nice rocking motion. And then here in the forefoot, we have a very nice curve shape and a good amount of forefoot flex, but very good midfoot rigidity, right? So good torsional support. So overall, heel to toe transition, if you're running down the court, it's overall very, very smooth and very nice. All right, moving on to the cushioning setup. Yeah, it's Flow, so it's not very nice. That's something that I think Under Armour should change. Do some R&D, maybe switch it up and put some micro G or charged in there. Like it just Flow is not very nice. I would say it's a little bit softer than like stiffer Phylon, but it's not that great still. The compression isn't very nice. Impact protection also isn't the best. If you're doing hard impacts, it does hurt, especially in the forefoot. The heel was good. Adequate impact protection. But so yeah, I mean, it is overall a very good cushioning setup if you want something very responsive and low to the ground, which, if you're a guard, then that's a good thing. But if you want anything special for the cushioning setup, if you want anything comfortable, if you want any type of compression or bounce, this is not it. And also for the insole is all right. It's just a regular Ortholite insole. And if you look underneath it, the strobel board is actually pretty stiff. So maybe, Under Armour can learn from leaning, from like the Wild 10, make a softer mesh strobel board, or even do what, the Zoom Freak 4 did with the cutout in the heel, like a very large cutout. But also, like, if you feel Flow, it's not like that soft. So anyways, the cushioning setup's pretty much the exact same as the Curry 8, 9, Flow FUTR X, and then the Curry 4 Flow Trail. All right, moving on to the material. So that's definitely something that is different, right? I still really dislike the quality. It's a really cheap feeling material. It feels flimsy, but it's, first of all, the ventilation is really good, right? As you guys can see, there's a lot of holes in it. So there's a good amount of airflow through it. which of course is great. And also there's some really good aspects to this material as well. It's super thin. It conforms to your foot pretty well. I mean, like at first it was a little stiff, but once it broke in really easily and very, very quickly. And now it's like pretty soft and it conforms to my foot very well. Also, another good thing about it is that it's very supportive. It doesn't stretch at all. So like, I guess like the cheap feeling material isn't as bad because it feels really good on foot. There is some fuse here for reinforcement, for durability and support. And then here in the midfoot, there is this blue underlaying material for extra support, right? And then for the tongue, there is very minimal padding, but it is a large tongue and a half booty construction tongue. And then here in the ankle area, there's literally zero padding, very, very minimal padding. So overall, it's a really thin and very minimal feeling upper, and it conforms to your foot really well, but also it's a super supportive material, which isn't that easy to do because if you're making a really thin material, you kind of sacrifice support sometimes, you know what I mean? But I feel like Under Armour did a great job in making this material like really supportive. And of course, you know, they did sacrifice like, I guess like the quality, but like, and also like it does feel like glued down and a little flimsy still. But you know, can't really complain because I feel like, you know, it feels really good on foot, right? All right, moving on to the fit. I went true to size and it does not fit me very well. I feel like this, like the Flow FUTR X is Under Armour's answer to like people who want like a roomier toe box and maybe they have a little bit of a wider foot as well. Because of course, you know, Currys, they use the Flow outsole midsole and they're freaking really snug and really narrow, right? So maybe they're like, oh, since Currys are like super narrow, we can make the Flow FUTR X a little bit wider, right? So for me, here in the toe box, it's actually extremely roomy. Look at that, right? It like scrunches up and like I can pretty much curl my toes up like all the way, which I don't like. Of course, there are people that like a roomier toe box. I do know some people like that. I don't know how you guys play basketball in roomier shoes, but you know, that's fine. Everyone has their own different preferences. Also, as far as the width goes, I would say it's like normal width, slightly wide. Lengthwise, I was good to go. You know, true to size is good, but here in the toe box and also widthwise was not the best for me. So that was the thing that I didn't like. And when I was playing in it, my feet, like it just didn't feel as secure and locked down, of course, because of the roomier toe box. But of course, that's not the shoe's fault. You know, it's just how the shoe is, right? So if you want a like snug fit, then this probably isn't the best option. But if you want like a roomier fit, you should be fine with this shoe. But if you have a super wide foot, probably maybe go up half a size, but you should be fine. All right, as far as the support and lockdown goes, I had zero issues, right? Like I said, this material is super supportive. There's zero stretch to it. And like, it doesn't really like roll over on itself all too much. So here in the forefoot, I was good to go. Here in the midfoot, we have this like synthetic material and also this blue underlaying material. And then here in the heel, we have it feels like an internal heel counter, although it's like probably a thin plastic. So overall, lateral containment felt really good for me, and lateral stability was really good too. I've never had any issues with Under Armour. You know, they make very wide and low to the ground bases, especially here in the forefoot. So lateral stability was good for me as well. And also zero issues with heel slippage, which is weird because, well, actually, yeah, like if you look at the shape of the heel, it kind of like goes in like this, kind of like cups, right? And if you look at shoes that have bad heel slippage like the KD15s, they kind of just like go straight up, right? So even though this shoe has very minimal padding, it has a very cuppy shape here in the heel, which does help with heel lockdown. So yeah, I had zero issues with heel slippage. All right, moving on to the weight of the shoe. I mean, yeah, Flow is super light and the material is super thin. So it's gonna be like, yeah, 10.55 ounces. Let's check the other pair. 10.58 ounces. Yeah, so if you're looking for a very lightweight and minimal shoe and you want to feel like a freaking ninja, this is an amazing option because this traction has zero squeak to it. It's very silent, right? And it just feels really lightweight and you feel really quick on your feet. That's why you feel like a ninja, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is an extremely responsive shoe and you're gonna feel really quick on your feet, and this shoe does what you tell it to do, right? So of course that's a great aspect in a basketball shoe in my personal opinion. All right, moving on to the aesthetics. I don't know guys. I mean, it looks all right. I don't think it's like ugly, but also like I said in the first impressions, I really don't like the paint job. The paint job is really bad. You know, like you can see some paint smudges. It's like not clean. And yeah, especially here on the medial side too. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but I mean, it's not bad. I'd say it's not bad. You know, maybe this colorway I don't like all too much. The black and white and gold one's pretty sick. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yeah, I mean, it's another shoe that has flow outsole and midsole, and I think it's a really good performer, especially for the price, because it's only 120 bucks, right? Of course, like I said, you know, you're getting cheaper materials, but it is supportive and it feels great on foot. It's lightweight. Flow outsole is really good for traction. It's a lightweight shoe as well, very responsive. So yeah, of course, for me, it was the fit. And because of that, you know, of course, I just like playing in the Curry 9 and Curry 8 and the Curry 4 Floatro better than this. But of course, if you want a roomier toe box, then of course this will be a great option for you guys. So if you've tried on the Curry 9s and you thought, holy crap, this is a really snug fit and I don't like it, this is a great option. Also, if you're a guard and you want a really responsive shoe, this is also a great option. So anyways, that about concludes my review of the Flow FUTR X2. Again, if you guys do want to cop, I try to leave a free link in the description box, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.